welcome to another edition of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Kyle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm a little tired. I'm still recovering from pulling an all-nighter, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. It's a fun weekend,
It
and
was.
we thank everybody for tuning in. We got a lot to discuss today.
Yes, we do.
It's All-Star Week here in the MLS, and we're going to talk about the MLS next All-Star game. We had Jameer
Yeah.
Johnson and Malik Jakubovic playing in the game. We are also going to break down a little bit about Union 2 versus Crown Legacy.
Yep.
Some All-Star thoughts. Union split points 1-1 in Houston. Talk about our trip as we were there. Also talk about our interview with Jack McGlynn. Um, and again, thank you to everybody because that right now in the last 48 hours is our highest rated um,
Article in a while.
yeah, well, I shouldn't say rated, viewed
Viewed. Yeah.
in a while. And then we're gonna look ahead to Colorado versus Union in
Yeah.
Chester.
Yeah.
So a lot to talk about. What are we wearing today?
So I know you won't see me wear red very often on this podcast. However, I am wearing the 2023 All-Star Game tank top that I got when we went to DC for the Skills Challenge, which was a lot of fun. And I'm wearing it because, of course, it's a Skills Challenge tonight as we're recording, and when you all are listening, it'll be the All-Star Game. So I figured this is appropriate. So a rare instance of me wearing red that's not like Phillies, maybe.
Yeah, I know, and we're gonna try to keep this within an hour so that we can go watch the Skills Challenge. And I'm wearing Raquinho.
Always a classic.
Always a classic. Always remember.
Oh, yes.
And before we get started, just want to thank everybody again. We got 2 new subscribers this week on YouTube, so thank you very much. And we also got some more subscribers on our website. So thank you all again. Greatly appreciated. And where can people find us?
So you can find us on our website, theoneteamweagreeon.com. We have our YouTube channel, The One Team We Agree On. And on our socials, we are at TOTWAG on Twitter and on Blue Sky. And we are at The One Team We Agree on Instagram and Facebook. And on our individual socials, I'm at silly_Jilly on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm on Blue Sky at Jillian Almany, and you are on Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky at Coach Almany.
Yes. So we had a little bit as it is All-Star Week. We had a little bit of MLS Next action um
Mhm.
last night. East versus West. And Malik Jakubovic and Jameer Johnson featured for the East. Malik did start.
Yep,
Jameer came in the second half
yep,
and delivered the game-winning penalty kick
yep.
for the East to win 4-3. Just your thoughts on the match?
So first half with Malik, I thought he did fine. The problem was he wasn't getting fed the ball much. He just wasn't getting uh, a lot of chances, really. So that was unfortunate. But I thought he did well otherwise. And then in the second half, of course, all the subs were made, and Jameer, I thought looked fantastic.
Oh,
He
he did.
he was just balling out. He had some really nice plays inside the box, doing some real fancy footwork there, and he ripped one that looked like it may have gone in, but then it kind of bounced off the woodwork a bit, and then it's kicked around a little bit, and then one of his teammates kicks it in then. So I think it was 4-4. So he kind of contributed to that, and then later, and it's tied then later, and he is going towards goal. He's inside the box, and he is very careful with the ball. Like he was really
He literally stopped
stopped, and
and
he's
just
like,
stood
yeah.
there. And
And
then
then,
just saw the guy had his
yeah,
hand out and kicked it right
yeah,
at him.
he got a handball
I mean, he was
awarded.
going for a corner, but the guy
Yeah.
had his hand out and he just
Yes,
hit the hand.
yeah, so he caused a handball basically, and so then he takes the PK and buries it, and we've seen him do it. So
Yeah.
I had every confidence he's going to go up there and bury the PK, and he did, and East wins, and that was the winning goal. So good for Jameer, good for Malik. I thought they represented the Union well, and it was a fun game to watch. So if you haven't seen it, it was aired on YouTube. I'm sure it's still on there. You can go watch it. I did put the clip of Jameer's goal on my Twitter as well. So you can go check that out. I know it's been posted on socials. So go check it out if you haven't, but I thought they did great. They're two of the brightest young stars of the Union Academy right now. So, and really fun to watch with Union 2. And if you haven't been getting out to Union 2 games, definitely get out there because yeah, these guys are a treat to watch and they have such a bright future. Hopefully they keep continuing, having that success.
And beyond that, there are already some of these kids are getting looks in Europe, so
Oh, for
that's
sure.
awesome too. So they may never see a second team, but so that's why we say get out there while you can see them. Um, for me, yeah, Malik was getting nothing. And again, with these all-star games, is all these guys just trying to play Madden, as I like to say,
Hmm.
make highlights for himself. You saw guys that, like four guys are open in the box. They could just drop it off, and they probably do, but they're trying to make a play for themselves, get on the highlights. I get that.
Yeah.
But, Malik was having to drop back a little deeper than he usually would just to
Yeah.
try to get some play. He did do a good job of like dribbling up, getting into the box, trying to create something, which at his age really isn't his strong suit yet.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I thought he was fine. Jameer, you talked about both of the creations changed. He also had that shot that just missed, where he kind of cuts in,
Right.
rips that
It's
shot.
just went
Just
a few
go,
inches from going in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, we saw a lot of people on social media saying, he was the man of the match. I know they gave it to somebody else, but who was
He,
also deserving.
yeah. I mean, I think definitely there was a case for Jameer to be the MVP of it as well, but um
I mean, again, it's an all-star
it's an
game.
all-star game. But either way, incredible job by both of them, and they represented the Union very well.
Absolutely. And so moving on, we had at this point, everybody knows, Kai Wagner was added, you
Rightfully
know,
so.
rightfully so. We've
To the
talked about
All-Star
that.
roster. Yes.
So for Wagner, it's his third time being named to the roster, replaces Portland Timbers midfielder David DaCosta, who was injured, and so was not able to participate. Kai got in. For me, this shouldn't have been an issue. And I get Nico probably went with some players, the fan vote, the coach's decision. I get it. But
But let's be real, he's the best left back in the
I
league.
mean, right now he's the Union's, and we keep saying,
Unbiased take.
well, let's be honest, the Union's most consistent player.
He is.
And, right now him and Quinn are tied for most assists. When he came on second half, and we'll talk about the game, I thought he was probably the most explosive player to come off the bench in that game.
He makes a difference, and you can tell when he's not in there. I mean,
Yes.
it makes a big difference.
And
And
that's not a shot on Frankie or Nate either.
no,
I
no,
mean,
just
it's just Quinn's development right now, and he's in his prime. It's a different level. So, I mean, looking forward to seeing him.
mhm.
Hopefully he makes an appearance. But hey, Ty, Jacob, and Kai,
Yeah.
we
And
got
Fang.
and Fang. Yes,
Yes, and
Fang.
by the way,
You
yeah, so we did have a question. So, Bates Abroad Footy asked, thoughts on Fang being our fourth All-Star? Um, I think that's fantastic because Fang rocks. So yeah, Philly does have all the best mascots. I mean, no lie. So much better than anything that San Francisco has for sure. And Lucille, I mean, really. No. Um
listen.
Definitely better than any mascots that are in New York. Don't even get me started on Mr. Mitt. Um,
But do you really
and
have?
whatever that thing is in Atlanta for the Braves.
Are you better? Is Franklin better than Crunch? Frank
See, that's one. Okay.
Crunch is like an iconic Minnesota mascot for Timberwolves,
Now
and
one's a
also Harvey for the Flames is the most. Okay, now we're having mascot
bro.
talk.
No,
Uh,
okay, I'm sorry, but no one in hockey, no mascot is better than Gritty.
um, I mean, I like Grady, so I have no problem with that. But for Harvey's like one of the old.
Swoop. Swoop rules too. I mean,
Harvey's like one of the oldest mascots in NHL.
well,
That's
that's cool.
wild.
But if we asked a random listener to this if they even knew what the mascot for the Flames was,
No, it's
would
a
you just
wolf. It's a wolf.
what?
Like it's Harvey the Wolf.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Anyway,
somebody was like, "Really? The Flames have a mascot?" And by the way, I'm pretty sure it's the same mascot that was introduced in the '80s when the Flames became a franchise. I'm sure it's the same costume because that thing looks old. They have not updated that.
yeah. So anyway,
Anyway, let's
but
move on.
congrats to Fang as well.
Yeah, no, I
Thankfully.
think it's great to see them. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, let's so transitioning. I also do want to talk about Malik
Yes.
because there's a stat that MLS Next Pro dropped that Malik Jakubovic has 5 goals, tied with Quinn Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan.
At least I didn't say Caven. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, he
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
so do you want me to say
No, no.
no.
He has 5 goals in 101 minutes.
Yep.
I think it's great.
Yep.
Um,
So
the
he's
only reason I
tied for
say
the lead for the team.
yeah, and look, I think that's a cool stat.
All off the bench
Off the bench, all in stoppage time
in
against
four
MLS
matches, four
against
appearances.
MLS Next Pro reserves. I'm not dunking on Malik here, but let's just keep positive about the guy. Talent's there.
He
Uh,
can finish.
he can finish.
He's proven that. And yeah, he's been exciting to watch. It's great to see and just really impressive start for him.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to see his continued success.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I mean, Todd brought it up. Do we see him next year with the first team? I hope.
Yeah, I had people asking
I
that.
hope to see him continue to develop.
It wouldn't shock me to see him get that chance or to get
I want him to get those
yeah.
chances, and
Yeah.
I got a question when we talk to Richter this week, but
Hmm.
keep continuing to listen because there's a couple questions coming
Yeah.
that way. Um, anyway, let's talk now about the
The Union
Union
2
2
get
versus Crown Legacy. Union win.
yeah, so so of course it was a double feature a bit
Yep.
because so Crown Legacy, the and Union 2, they were playing in North Carolina and it was Saturday and they played basically an hour and a half before the Union played.
All right.
So we were at the stadium in Houston and I'm basically kind of covering both at the same time. I'm sitting there with my laptop. I'm watching the Union 2 game while Union's warming up and all that. And not too much of it overlap, which was good, but a lot was going on there. But anyway, so yeah, Union 2, they got off to a quick start with Eddie Davis getting a goal in like the second minute.
Yeah, and we've talked about that with Rick.
His fourth goal of the season, by the
You
way.
talked about Rick with Richter about like getting a little bit better first half.
Yeah, they came out looking aggressive. They came out looking
They looked great.
great.
They looked great in the first half. They
Mhm.
just, weren't creating as much again, but they looked much better than they did in their last match against Chattanooga.
Much better. And it was a strong lineup. It was pretty similar to their previous match,
Mhm.
except no Cavan, since Cavan was with the first team. And so Oscar Benitez, he got the start.
I thought Oscar played
He
well.
did well. He's got speed. I think, he's improving. He definitely is like a bully on the ball. Like he's really
He's Damian Lowe.
that's a
I
great comparison.
He is Damian Lowe. He's a little bit of a risk taker, but you have Raphael Uzcategui back there
Yeah.
that can, and you got a couple other people around there
Yeah.
that Neil. So yeah,
Yeah, so you had Marcus, you had Eddie, those guys. I love how they pair up. And so I thought real solid overall on that first half. And then the crazy thing was, of course, how how Union 2 got their second goal. Because if you recall, when Union 2 played Crown Legacy at home about a month ago, one of the defenders for Crown Legacy had this really, it was kind of weird when it happened
what's
too.
his
This
name?
um Asane, oh my gosh. or Drago. I don't. This is one I don't even know how to say, and because I wasn't even listening to it, I was just had it on mute. I couldn't even hear what they were saying, if I'm being honest. But anyway, a defender on Crown Legacy, the same one who had an own goal that went in favor of Union 2 in their last matchup, had an own goal once again, and so it was kind of sent in. It's crossed in from a corner basically,
Yeah.
and he headed it right into his own goal.
Well, he tried to get it
Tried
out,
to get out,
and
but he
he
did not
just,
direct it the right way.
and
So
I feel for him
yeah,
because, like,
like that's brutal.
that's
Ugh.
brutal because
Because
you,
they're still very much in the game at that point.
yeah, and they actually came out like the first transition, like actually, like, oh, okay, they're kind of good, and then
Yeah.
that happened, and once again, the floodgates open. I mean,
Well, and then yeah.
Pariano scored,
Well, back up.
yeah.
Second half, like literally
Oh,
a
yes,
minute
right,
into the second half, it was one of their players got a second yellow.
yeah.
And so Crown Legacy are down to 10 men. So basically Union 2 got to play up a man the entire second half basically. And Pariano gets a great goal from distance there. He had some power on
Malik
that.
gets that lucky like deflection.
Yeah, it was like it pinged off the right post and in. It was that was hit hard. So yeah, the second half, I mean, really, they could, Richter made a lot of subs, gave the guys some chances in there. And Pierce Holbrook really didn't have to do much on the night.
So again, I mean, yeah, you talk about that. I mean, no shots on target from Crown Legacy
Nope.
and only 4 shots total on match. I mean, look, this is a game once that own goal happened, and I even tweeted that out like you're up 2-0 now with a man advantage, you need to put it
Hmm.
away.
Yep.
And they kind of I felt they kind of dicked around a little bit. They were trying, but they also had like 20 shots again. But again, it's just like, come on, guys. Like, you're up a man, like, put away, then Pariano does it, and then that was the
Yeah.
game.
And
And
speaking of Nick Pariano, fire haircut. Okay, haircut looks good. If you,
he looks like he's going for a job interview.
hey, all the cool kids are cutting their hair. I mean, Pierce shaved his head. Kellen cut his hair pretty short. Cavan shaved his head. I noticed it's growing out a little bit and he bleached it again. But yeah,
Whatever.
they're all cutting their hair. That was kind of a joke. We had a joke at practice the other day that now if Oscar cuts his hair, I don't think we'd recognize him. If you guys
I,
know who we're talking
I,
about,
I, I'd like to see
Oscar
that.
Benitez. Yeah, he's got some awesome hair, but man, I wouldn't recognize him if he cut it.
So, so yeah, I mean, Union 2 play now against NYCFC 2 again, who they beat earlier this season 4-1.
Yep. So it's a 3-game road trip here. So they're at NYCFC 2.
And that is on.
Saturday again. The
Yeah.
same issue because Union will be playing at roughly the same time. Of
So yeah. Uh
course, it'll be home, and NYCFC 2 is not that far away, but it doesn't really matter because they're playing at the same
yeah.
time. I basically
It's
expect,
4 and 7:30.
yeah, I expect lineup not to be too different. Of course, the issue is who, if any of those players are going to be needed with the first team because of a few players missing, which we're going to talk about. So,
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And that is a curious point. But anyway, let's talk about our trip to Houston.
yeah, so we got down Friday and it was like Friday around lunchtime. And yeah, it was hot. It was very hot. It was in the 90s, but honestly, it'd been kind of like that up in Pennsylvania anyway. So we got down there and there's a lot of construction around the stadium area. A lot.
Which, because of the flooding and all that,
Yeah, so a lot around our hotel and everything. We had a hotel that was right near the stadium actually. Um,
15-minute walk.
15-minute walk. We did have to change hotel room.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
the room we were in was very musty,
yeah,
but then they changed us to a better
and
room.
then it was much better, and it was fine. We had a good stay there,
Oh my
and
gosh.
but it was located so close to
So
everything.
for 76ers fans listening, if you ever want to go see 76ers at against the Rockets, go check out the Holiday Inn Suites right by there. Again, good breakfast, nice hotel. You could tell they're updating a
They have a
lot of
nice indoor
things.
pool,
Yeah, they had a nice indoor pool.
and it, Yeah, it's around a lot of good food too. Like
Oh yeah,
we enjoyed it now.
and we'll get into
Yeah.
that in a second. But before we do, I just want to give a shout out to the Houston Dynamo's PR staff.
Yes.
Jack Holmes, their communications manager, phenomenal person. After the Wednesday game, I emailed him because you and I talked about
Hmm.
maybe we could talk to Jack McGlynn about,
Yeah. His
just
transition
his
there and
transition.
everything.
I emailed him on a whim, shoot your shot
Yeah.
kind of thing. And he got right back to me. And he's like, yeah, we got a couple options. And one of the options is, hey, when you guys getting into the city? Because you
Yeah.
come to training, hang out and talk to Jack and, all that. And,
Mhm.
and, and that was cool for him to do. Obviously, it didn't work out. But the cool thing was he was like, hey, when you get to the stadium on Saturday, let us know or Mo and my comms team know. I have to say that was probably now we haven't asked for a ton of people on the road, usually it's with union staff,
Yeah.
but to reach out to a home staff, more than hospitable. So thank you,
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah. 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 It was a great experience there with that. So
And we'll talk about our interview with Jack in a little bit,
yeah.
but
So
let's talk about the trip and we got some pictures. So if you're listening on a podcast like Apple, Spotify will have it, but we encourage you to go onto our YouTube channel just to see some of these pictures. So
you can see a lot of them on my Twitter as well. And I'm gonna put some things on Instagram.
so
So
we checked out some of the travel things I put in the article.
yes.
Um wanted to verify them. So let's get into it here. So
Yeah.
so we go through this here. So
All right. So
our first stop was
rodeo
Rodeo
goat.
Goat. So we put this in our article. This is really recommended to us.
Very close to our hotel, which was good. So
You know what I liked about the burgers were good,
really good. They had some really, really tasty burgers
and
and
and those
different.
chips were amazing.
Yeah, homemade chips. I mean, they were kind of like spicy and sweet at the same time. They had a dipping sauce, so really good. Like my burger had, gosh, it had like I forget exactly everything that was on it, but there was like blackberry compote on it or something. It was really, really good.
And for you Star Wars fans, my burger they had the Radio Goat
Yeah.
versus the Empire. It was like Jedi versus the Empire, um, which all the money would be donated to charity. Um, it was really, and it was really, really
Oh,
good.
here's what mine was. It was called the whiskey burger. It was white cheddar, candied bacon, blackberry compote, and bourbon mustard. That was so good.
And
Yep.
then they also had the rodeo goats. So there was like a story. I guess the original person was a rodeo goat where they were rope goats in the
Yeah.
rodeo. So that
Hmm.
was cool. They had good tap selection. And then there were the goat balls.
Yeah, the goat balls. So really good. So basically, what they are is it's a dessert. They're deep fried brie filled balls topped with powdered sugar and blackberry compote. And they were phenomenal.
Highly recommended.
Yeah.
If the union are back there, we really want to recommend that place.
And like the staff there, great. We had a really nice time.
Yeah, and then we decide after that, let's walk off this meal. So we
Yeah.
decide just to get our bearings because we've never been there, just to see if we could
Yeah.
walk to the
We
stadium.
were sweating so bad.
Yeah, we were. We got to
Yeah.
the stadium. We're like, oh gosh, it's a
Yeah.
bad decision. So we walked up to the stadium and we went by this one place. They had like an outdoor bar. This is right by the stadium.
Yeah, it's pretty much across the street.
And we literally went there on match days. We were walking our way to the press box, and this place was packed.
Oh yeah, so there's like an outdoor, it's like a beer garden kind of place.
And they had like this like splashing contest. Remember that they were doing like
Oh,
the belly
yeah.
dives in there.
Well, they had like all kinds of stuff. So it was like kind of an indoor outdoor like beer garden thing. They had a big screen. We were showing soccer games and stuff. So
So we walked up to the stadium.
yep, so there's the front of the stadium and it shows because Mike Jones, who is a rapper that's from Houston. I don't really listen to that music, but I've heard of him. But they had
He does their goal song
yeah.
because when Jack scored that goal, we heard the song.
Yeah, so there's the front of the stadium kind of and then like I said, it was really hot and we are really sweating and we look like I look like Josh there.
Now we wanted
Yeah.
to talk about this.
Yeah. So what I thought was really cool is so they had this light rail going all around the city, and they have it stopping right in front of the stadium, like right there.
Now that will go right to Minute Maid Park, or now it's like Dinkin.
Daikin or whatever. It's
Yeah.
the place, yeah, it's where the Astros play, which
So
is
it's
right by
like
there too.
kind of really nice that they have like it's with Toyota Arena and then the baseball stadium and then the Dynamo Stadium. They have like this whole arena district, and that's where we were at.
Yeah, I thought the light rail system, we didn't go on it, but I thought that was awesome how it goes right there. And I have some pictures later of it too in the downtown, but thought that was cool. And then
We walked
yes.
around. So we walked around,
Yeah.
and we were kind of at that point, we walked around the whole stadium trying to figure out like the logistics. And then we kind of got back into where we were originally. And then we kind of stumbled upon this place. It's called Eighth Wonder Brewing
Yeah.
and Cannabis Dispensary
They had like
and
they
distillery
like
too. It's like
THC seltzers and things.
yeah, it's like a distillery. One building was a
Like
distillery.
fancy NPA.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's a whole thing.
But the
Anyway,
AC felt amazing as well.
yeah, and they have pinball. It was a
Yeah.
cool little place.
Yeah.
And then
There's another view of it. So all the pinball. Yeah, that was a cool place for
yeah,
sure.
and then let me see here. And wait a minute. Well, we're just skipping ahead here.
Yeah.
And then we went to what was the then we were looking at that one brewery that was really highly recommended. The last place after we left there, it was
Oh, True Anomaly.
True Anomaly.
Yeah.
We went in there because there was a storm coming,
Yep.
tropical storm. No, actually, it was just a rain.
It just kind of rained and then it was
Yeah.
done.
But we came in there and yeah, their beer was fine. It was a cool little venue. We did not take any pictures because by that point we
I
were
mean, I
just
did have pictures, but I didn't load them on there.
yeah, we were just kind of hanging
Mhm.
out. And
Yeah.
then we headed back to the hotel, regrouped, and then we
Mhm.
decided to check out downtown.
Yeah. So our next step, we went and ended up having dinner at and drinks at Flying Saucer,
Yeah,
which is right downtown.
so this place was very highly recommended. So as you can see, they have saucers all over the place.
They have like a ridiculous amount of beers on tap
There's
and
my bald
watch
head.
cans. Oh, and when we walked in, I saw a stinking 2022 Astros championship, World
The-
Series banner, and I was like barfing in my mouth seeing that. But no, the pizza that I got was phenomenal. It was like pepperoni with like shaved Parmesan and hot honey and delicious.
And I had the brisket chili bowl.
Yeah,
That was phenomenal as well. And then, yeah, like I said, a lot of taps on.
yeah.
And then after that, we were kind of full. We decided to walk around the city, check out Houston.
Yeah, and it wasn't quite as bad at night too. So it was nice to just walk around. I was like, I mean, it was a Friday night and I could not believe just how empty the streets were and how kind of quiet it was.
I was, and
And so I like this picture that I took because so that light rail I mentioned, this is Main Street, and this part of it, it actually goes over like a water feature, like has fountains and stuff. So I thought that was really
and they're
cool.
playing music.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of?
Vegas, Kyle, with the Bellagio, except on a much, much, much smaller scale.
It's like a Wish Bellagio.
Yeah.
It's like the if you could hear it, it's like tweet, tweet.
It's like it's
It
like the Polly Pocket version of
is it really is.
it. But no, I thought that was really cool though. So
Yeah, no, I did too as well. And
yeah, so
yeah,
that's the next day.
so yeah, we headed back to the hotel, and then next day we met up with a friend, Dave Leno.
Yep. We had brunch at the
Uh,
Rustic, which again was right near us.
so we got up and just kind of walked around a little bit, and then trying to get this screen here.
Yeah, you didn't yeah, you want to share that.
Yeah, I want to share
Yeah,
it.
so it's a big
So there's
venue.
a place literally right up the street. If the road wasn't shut off, like we could walk right to it. So we had to walk
Yeah.
around. But we all met up with Dave and yeah, like so this place they have brunch menu. We were hoping they had a full menu, but it was still a nice place. It's like um a I would say kind of like it was a barbecue joint, but also
They do like live music, and they had live music kind of going later on
yeah,
there. So,
yeah,
yeah, it was. There's another view. There's like a view of the other end of it where they have like the bar and stuff. So, apparently they have a few locations, but
it was good
I
food.
had this. I had like a salmon, like spicy Caesar salad. It was really good though.
I had a really nice bowl of just really good food. It was,
Yeah.
and then here's Dave, you and I
Oop.
outside.
Yep. Yep. Rock my Union t-shirt
And then we decided to walk off for dinner after we left Dave.
on our brunch. Yeah.
And going back to Dave and I were talking a lot. It was a really good conversation. That was probably like the deepest conversation we've had about media
Yeah.
and like experiences and X, Y, and Z and just
We were there for almost 2 hours, I think, just chilling.
yeah, just chilling, just having a good time. And then we went over to pitch 25, which we had saw the day before, which I put in my article, but we wanted to go there. You put the messy thing there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Michelob Ultra. As it
yeah.
is.
But this is a nice beer hall, but this is like where a lot of Dynamo supporters hang out.
Yeah, it's a soccer like bar, and they have this like pitch there where they were doing a cornhole tournament actually while we were there. But then when we went later at night, they were doing kind of like soccer in there, I think. But it was cool. They yeah, it was a nice vibe there. And yeah.
So then we went back to the hotel, decided to get ready, and we headed out to the event. So
Is that I don't think that's being shared, Kyle.
I'm not sharing that,
Okay.
but I'm gonna share this.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so we got to the stadium, took an Uber right there.
We could have walked, but it was hot. I was like, I don't
It
know
was
this hot
up.
mess. So we
So I want to talk about something real quick.
yeah.
So we've been to a lot of stadiums. We've been to Red Bull.
Yep.
I've been to Cincinnati.
I've been to Cincinnati, I've been on the press box.
Yes, but you've never been to
Columbus,
DC or
Colorado. We've been to
yeah,
a bunch.
lunch.
Yeah.
For me, and this is no knock on Houston, Jack, if you're listening. Um, no knock on that. So where my arrow is, that's a press box,
Yeah, it
right?
was in the corner. So if
But everybody in Houston thought it was up here.
like they
Oh,
directed
wait,
us,
I'm sorry.
you know,
Uh,
they direct like
They
yeah.
directed us up here.
Yeah, but and so we went down. We got to it eventually, but basically it was in the corner. Like it was actually very close to the corner where the Union players celebrated when LA scored. So we had a great view of that. And the funny thing is they didn't even show it really on. They didn't show the celebration of LA and a bunch of his teammates in that corner. Really, they cut away to replay the goal, but it was they had like kind of an inside area that was air conditioned where they had like the media dining and they had like a bit of seats there and then but like media was encouraged to like sit outside. They had a couple rows that are just kind of in the stands there with benches. So it's kind of like when we were at Red Bull except more in the corner. And it it was hot, but
And it was hard to see the place at the far end.
yeah, because you're all the way at the end. So that
Wh-
did make it a little challenging.
For me, especially when I asked Bradley my questions, because yeah, I did not have a good night with
Um,
questions.
but still, it was cool. And hey, we had a great view of LA's goal, so there's that. But
We did. So yeah, that was kind of our trip. And yeah, look, talk about the match. Union rotates seven
yeah, there was a lot of rotation, and
because of red card accumulation
yeah, you had
midweek
five
match.
players that were on red card accumulation or yellow card accumulation warning. You keep saying red
Sorry,
card, yeah,
I know.
yellow card accumulation warning. So that and also you have Andrew Rick being goal, which I was fine with that.
Yeah,
Get him some work, give Andre a little bit of rest because.
I mean, there was a lot of things where you would just be like, okay, I'm fine with this, especially with Colorado coming up on Saturday, which is a
Mhm.
tough opponent.
Yeah.
Dynamo not really good at home.
Yep.
I mean, it's a dice roll. 25% of your points in the season, and I've done this now for 4 years, like 25, 28 points come on the road.
Yeah.
Just get a point, get on the road. I think the way the match evolved, you could have seen more, but
Hindsight's 2020.
exactly.
Because they looked fine. I mean, the first half, they go and get that goal in the 16th minute
But
with
they could have been
Bedoya. It
better.
could have been better.
And we'll get to the referee. I mean, everybody's talking about that. But look, on the rotation, people, when the initial roster came out, everybody's like, what's going on with Blake?
They're
What's
losing
going on, with Blake?
opens.
Yeah, so here's what Bradley had to say about this. And I want to bring this up because there is a plan in place with Andre.
Yeah, it's good.
And let's talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, we've rotated throughout the season. We've have now 17 different goal scorers. We have had contributions from all over. Andre, Ernst, myself, goalkeeper Phil Whidden, goalkeeper coach Phil Whidden. We've discussed a pathway for Rick, and we've discussed with Andre what's best for management of his knee and his body. And it's great to see Andre here as the captain, also supporting the boys from the sidelines. And it just shows that this team is galvanized, that we're together and we're supportive of each other. And you see at the end of the game, rallying on and, getting the guys all excited and on the sidelines for a big play and what have you. So it's fun being part of this group, and everyone feels a special connection here right now.
Yeah, and I thought Rick did a good job. Like he made some real big saves. There was one where he almost got chipped there, but he reached up and he got it. And I thought overall he did well, and I was fine with him being in
Yeah,
there. I think
no,
that's good. I think like a lot of people would complain about Jim Curtin not subbing and not playing some of the other players. Well, okay. So Bradley will is not afraid to play other players.
but
And
Jillian, not like this. Not like this when we could get a point on the road. Look, I will say this. We've seen Andre last year. He missed over 50% of his
Mhm,
games. He's been hurt this year. We've seen what Matt Freeze is doing at NYCFC. Now,
mhm,
maybe he's in line even to be the USA goalkeeper at the World Cup next year.
mhm.
They never let Matt start if Blake was healthy.
Yeah.
Maybe this is them saying, hey, we got to give Rick a chance.
Yeah. Like I
And
don't
we
hate
guys, I don't hate it. Now, are we better when Andre's in net? Sure.
no.
That's 100%. But
Mhm.
we got to take care of this guy.
Yeah.
Like, if you want a rotation to keep a knee, which is not going to get any better at his age.
Because don't you want a healthy Andre in the playoffs?
Exactly. Thank you.
Someone who is a seasoned veteran of playing in the playoffs, under
But
that pressure.
here's the thing. And also, Andre wants to, if Jamaica
Mhm.
qualifies, I'm sure he wants to represent Jamaica in the playoffs.
Yeah, so
Like, at the end of the day, well, there I said,
there it is. And
well, we'll get to that. But
okay, that's one.
yeah, inside joke from post match. But
Yeah.
honestly, like you want to have a plan in place.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts. Yeah, like you said, Ali scores,
Great goal, by the way.
great goal, great hustle there. That's a veteran goal.
I
Just,
love it. I love that he's still got it.
I mean, Bizo wasn't great on night. Nice throw in, recognizes
But
Glesnes with a great play into Ali, gets deflection, knocks it in. 1-0, and
but
you're
did Biza get cooked at all, Kyle?
oh, he did. He did a couple
He's
times.
good for getting cooked a few times, but
But yeah, Jack ties it up right before half.
yeah.
Um,
About that. Yeah, so let's talk about that. And so Bueno, he has a handball that was, whatever. It was the correct call and
yeah.
whatever. So of course, Jack's taken that PK, and of course, knowing Rick is very good at saving PKs, I was like, oh come on, Rick, get it. But I knew with it being Jack, I'm like, 100% Jack's making this even with Rick.
Yeah.
So and Jack buries it. And do we want to talk about what Jack did?
We'll talk about it at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
And in the second half, both teams had opportunities. I mean, Artur,
Hmm.
not Arthur, Artur. If everybody remembers that old
Yes.
collection where I call him Arthur and everybody's like Artur.
Sure.
Um, Griffin Dorsey, there were some shots wide there. Uh,
Crossbar came. Yeah,
MVP in the second half.
who was the MVP at times? Yes.
Damiani had that one header that
Yeah.
he could have connected, and the game ends.
And at that point, of course, I think we were really happy just for it to be a draw with the
But
way it was going.
right, having said everything, my this is not a concern because last year we saw the Union just collapse every single time, giving up late goals after
Yes.
late goals. But the last 4 out of 5 games, Union have conceded in stoppage time.
Yeah.
14 goals given up between the 31st to the 45th minute and the 76th to 90th minute. That includes stoppage time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the positive side, and again, guys, I'm just saying this is something to be aware of. This is not a concern. Union lead MLS with 8 goals in the first 15.
Yeah.
Um, and their biggest totals, believe it or not, people are like, oh, well, they gotta get better. Well, the Union lead are one of the better teams in MLS with 11 goals in that same frame in the last 15 minutes of the match. And also in the first 15 matches, they have 9 goals. I mean, of the second half, first 15 minutes of the second half. Sorry.
Yeah.
So they're still good there, guys.
But a little concerning about how they a lot of times have given up goals
I mean,
late
the
in the
Owasu goal is a really nice goal. But we've seen the Mukhtar
Mm-hmm.
play on Makanya.
Lack of discipline. That's
You
what
know,
it
Mo
seems like.
Farsi, that whole play in Columbus. So I asked Kai because I
Mm-hmm.
interviewed Kai at the end of the match, and we know Kai. He will tell you how it is. So here's what Kai had to say.
I love that about Kai.
Defend better. I mean, I was just talking to Andre at halftime in the locker room that this is a
So let me go back here.
thing what we have to speak about.
Is I asked Kai, like, you get a point. And he said basically, that's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's talking about him and Andre need to speak to the team about this.
It's not the first time this season. I think it happens already 3-4 times, even in stoppage time at the end of the game. But I mean, yeah, that's a learning process. I think that's a process where we have to be a little bit smarter, not to take the foul on top of the box. But yeah, these things happen. That's like things that you can learn out of it, get better in it, maybe stay a little bit deeper, defend a little bit deeper the last couple of minutes. But I think that's what we have to talk with the whole team and just get better out of these situations.
Yeah, I mean, he's spot on there. Again, for people that maybe now, hopefully, please don't overreact. I mean, look, Union's still one of the best defensive teams. It's not 2023, it's not 2024. It's just a blip in the radar. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's really all I got to add on that. Now, having said that, let's talk about the main character syndrome.
So the referee, and this has been discussed quite a bit.
Can,
Rosendo
can,
Mendoza.
can we say something? I want to say I'm going to say one thing.
Okay.
This is not a rip on the refs, okay?
Refereeing is hard, and I have respect for that, and I would never
Talking
want to do it.
Skylar,
Yeah.
the ref, is totally hard.
But when you are giving main character energy as the ref, that is not cool. It's not about you. It is not about you. We just want a fair, clean game.
Jose
that's my
Nunez
rant.
brought this up. In 15 matches this year in MLS, he averages 30 fouls and 4.6. Now, when we were talking there, 4.6 yellow cards a match,
Yeah.
and we were sitting there with Dave, and we were talking about the 5 yellow card accums, and I brought that up because I was on Who Scored, and I'm like looking at that, and I'm like, guys, we got a problem.
It's like Samuel L. Jackson, hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts because like the crazy part of this match was there was what 82 stoppages in the match. Like we saw against Orlando this year, and Todd asked that question to Bradley about the start and stop. It doesn't work for this team. They like to continue the process. So you want to get an easy win against the Union, yeah, maybe you do start and stop. But the other thing was the crazy part was 44 fouls, 8 cards given. Like, and if you go back and watch the free kick, Todd plays the clip on his Blender of the Week
Yeah.
about the Chicago NYCFC thing. I mean, it just wasn't a good match. And then the fact that in the 6th minute, you and I were looking at, he's going like this. And if you're watching on YouTube, he's
Yeah.
putting his hands down like, guys, settle down. You don't sell a
No,
match.
you settle down.
Well, the
That's
funny
what
part
I'm
is
saying.
he should have known he was going against a team in the Union that averages 14 fouls a match, and the Houston averages 20 fouls a match. That's 30 fouls. Like, you know you're going to get a physical game. Obviously, major fouls, things, but let before we talk about,
It was over the top.
let's talk about you asked Bradley about this.
Yeah, and this is like the second time I've been at an away match, and we're trying not to get Bradley fined.
Yeah, terrible. I'm not sure, like, when teams play a certain way and, it's on the border and we use our body in certain ways, like, yeah, it cannot be a foul every single time. It really can't. And even the penalty call that gets called back on Nate. Nate jumps 2 seconds earlier, and it's a foul. We create the foul, but Nate jumps unopposed, and all of a sudden some player runs into Nate, and that's a foul. I mean, wow. I don't have the answers for that.
Yeah, that.
So that's what the question that threw me off because I thought,
Mhm.
because now, for those of you know, Nate,
What should have been a PK because the way Bruno got
but
taken. Yeah.
I couldn't see from that angle
Mhm.
down there where we
Yeah.
were sitting. But anyway,
You were thinking about the other one.
I was thinking about
where Nate got the yellow.
Yes, and then he's gonna miss the next match. So anyway,
Yeah, we're down Nate Harriel for the next match.
and Frankie
And
Westfield.
Frankie Westfield, which is another topic we're going to talk about, but yeah.
Well, Frankie only has Frankie to blame for that.
Yeah, and just on that, yeah, just real quick. Yeah.
That's a growing moment.
Yeah, so I mean Frankie gets fouled, okay? I mean there's a foul awarded to the Union and the other guy from Dynamo, forget what his name was.
He baited him.
He did. He baited him and Frankie fell for it and Frankie headbutts him and gets a straight red and he's off. This is like literally in the last few minutes of stoppage time. And now not only is Nate going to miss the next match, but now Frankie's going to miss the next match and they're playing down a man to end the game and it was getting really dicey and luckily they were able to hold it off and come away with the point. But Frankie, you got to do better there. Just
And again, like
I love the fight. I love the fight, but let's not headbutt, okay?
But again, like Makanya, he'll learn.
He'll learn.
Yeah. So then I asked Kai the same thing, the start, stop.
Yeah.
And here was Kai's answer.
Tonight, 88 stoppages to be total. How difficult was it to get in the flow of the match, even though you were on the bench until the second half? How emotional it was?
I mean, it even sucks on the bench, like, I don't like a game which just got stopped all the time. I feel like a lot of stoppages were like way too much today. It was like easy yellow cards in the first half. Even the PK call, what got Nate away from like a clear PK in my eyes. It's absolutely ridiculous to call this back. I mean, this happens. It's not the first time that this stuff happens. I mean, for me, it's not a clear and obvious error what he clearly made there and stuff like this. So, I mean, to call it back, for me, no understanding at all. I told him right after the game, because everybody knows me, I'm an emotional player. I don't like games like this when it gets stopped all the time. I like it when it's like a little bit of flow. Today it was a different scenario, so I hope people will look into this and just get it right next time.
Yeah, there was no flow to the game, and, I don't think either side was happy about that. So
no, and even Ben Olsen was very critical. I mean, Houston has some beef in this too. It's not just the Union. Houston had a couple fouls go their way. So here's the thing. Mendoza now is the head ref for Wednesday night's
the All-Star game.
All-Star game. As Todd said, get ready for some cards.
I mean, good grief.
Could you imagine a spikes, just like two players just going at it, just having fun, and he gives a red card in the All-Star game?
I can only imagine Kai, Jacob, and Ty being at this game tomorrow and be like, "Oh, this guy."
Yeah, at the same time, I will say something.
Like most of the refs do fine, but this guy just has an ego. He has an ego, and
having said that, the first play from Rafa was the correct call.
Yeah.
The handball was a correct call.
Yeah.
The PK messed up.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Then the PK that should have been awarded to the Union late.
Yeah, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad in baseball. But when you're deciding a game,
Yeah.
like that's game winner.
And I
Like,
would love to know what VAR said because as we know, he went against what VAR was recommending in that Chicago game
I
when
mean,
they're like,
again, I mean, he doesn't have to, but I mean, again, what's the point of VAR if we're not going to go to VAR?
yeah, it's just ridiculous. And I'm with Bradley on what he said. It's like, how is that? Yeah, like, don't understand it. But yeah, Union could have easily come away with 3 points there. I mean, a point on the road is
It's
usually is
good.
a good thing, but they could have had three. I think they also could have easily not gotten any with the way it ended. So, and in the end, it was like we're watching the end of that game. We're like, blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle.
Everybody's
It's
like,
like
I'm
blow the
just like, all
whistle.
right, blow the whistle. Let's get home.
Yeah,
And you get a point. And, I asked Kyle, I was curious, like, hey, look, you get a point on the road. Good teams get points on the road.
yeah.
Having said that, this felt like this is a loss. Kai kind of agreed with that, but yeah, I mean, let's hear from the left back.
For this team to still walk out with a point on the road, how big is that?
For me, way too less. For me, it was a game, an absolutely winnable game today. I think we were in the first half. We were not smart enough. We lost a lot of fast balls. We couldn't connect balls. I think we had way more space than we anticipated. I think in the second half we got a little bit better in the game, controlled the game a little bit more. They came a little bit at us, but then I think with all the substitute what we made, when we got the guys in, I think we had two big chances on the cross from me to, like I said, the PK call which called back. For me, ridiculous to call it back, but that's how it is. So we walk out with a point, keep it going, and enjoy now that we finally have a full week to rest, and then get going.
I want to say something. I had a great discussion with Kai pre and post match. Again, didn't know about the All-Star yet. They were frustrated, but also I think they realized that, hey, we got a point.
They were
And
lucky to come away with the one with the way it went.
and again, we saw this many times in the last 2 years where you probably would drop 3 points.
I feel like they would have dropped that last year.
But again, look, at the end of the day, they're 47 points. They're 1 point off of Cincinnati, tied with Nashville. They're sitting in third. Still a lot of soccer. Still 10 games left.
Yeah.
There's good, favorable matchups coming up, and you're just hopeful. And sure, maybe the Union don't win the Shield, but they're in a Shield race. Did any of us back in January, February see a Shield race with the Union? No, we didn't.
Mhm.
And, but we knew the talent was there.
Yep.
But hey,
I mean, there's just this belief in this team.
like we said all along, keep an open mind.
Yep.
And then if you keep an open mind, now you're seeing what happens.
Yep.
And so, hey, like we say in Vegas, let it roll, baby.
Hey, most exciting team in Philly playing right now. Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, the Phillies are in first place at the moment and whatnot, but really, it's an exciting time, honestly. So let's enjoy the ride.
So we got a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
But before the skills challenge, but I do want to get to Jack because first things first, the PK.
Yes.
Jack scores a PK, draw the game at even.
Yes.
Runs over the corner in front of the supporters section, kisses the badge.
Like a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Points at his jersey, points down at the field like, I'm here now, whatever.
Yeah.
Does that whole thing. And,
you know,
that really riled some people up. Now, here's the thing.
So,
well, let me give it a little context.
Okay, go.
A lot of Union fans didn't also see the Union celebration because they cut away. And we saw it because we were right there. And some people did put it online then. But Ale and Frankie and Nate and Jacob and Rafa, they were all there. And they did Jack's goal celebration. They all did it. And so Jack later said he wasn't going to let that slide. But anyway, so Jack did kind of his celebration there. And but yeah, a lot of people got like really upset about it.
We
So,
had comments of people being like saying things about Jack that a year ago they were not saying.
but I also was seeing a lot of people were more like, oh, I'm not mad at Jack, I'm mad at the front office for handling it the way they did. I saw a
So,
lot of that.
so again, we know Gold had an interview this year. Todd talked about it earlier this year about like, they told his dad, rather than Jack and yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
But
was just kind of blindsided by it.
he was. And if you which we're gonna drop, he was shocked. He
Yeah,
even said that. He was shocked
yeah,
and this was his hometown club. He didn't want to leave.
shocked.
But at the end of the day, he gets a
Oh,
new
that too.
thank you.
Yeah.
He gets a new contract. He has some stability now.
Well, he fits their system better too.
Fits their
It's
system.
win-win.
It's a win-win. And I hate to keep saying this, but people that are going nuts, and there's still some people that are like, I didn't like how that went down
Could have
with
been handled better, possibly, like with Jack, but
no about Jack's celebration.
I know, but I'm talking about like the manner in which
Yeah, sure, but
but the celebration, I mean, he's on Houston now, and he's allowed to celebrate. And yeah,
yeah,
it's an emotional game. I
it,
mean, my
it's a
goodness,
nothing burger.
it's a nothing burger. And I attended the post-game press conference that Jack talked about, and of course, that was like the first thing that was brought up.
Yeah, so let's talk about it.
Yeah,
So this is you in the press conference.
yeah. Here's the clip.
So hopefully it loads.
It's kind of the club that raised me, gave me a chance to become a pro. So I love that club. I love all the people there. So yeah, if, kissing the badge is nothing against them. Trust me, I love everything there, and I love all the fans too because I know they're all talking about it. I saw that, but yeah, love them. But yeah, I think it was just kind of showing the Dynamo they've done so much for me so far. They were working with a new deal. They're trusting in me a lot. So it's kind of showing them that I'm happy to be here. And yeah, like I said, a little bit of a joke with the guys from Philly.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
a joke with the guys, which
Yes.
we will not get into, but I
Yeah.
can just tell you, it was fun. So
Yeah.
we talked to Jack afterwards,
Yes.
and this was a cool moment. It was about a 10-minute interview. It's on our website right now. And just to kind of close the chapter on that.
Yeah, it was great talking to Jack. And here's the thing, as we're interviewing him there in the mixed zone, which is kind of between the locker rooms, at like bunch of times over to the side of him there was like his former Union teammates coming up and like saying stuff to him, and he'd respond to them. They're goofing off with him, and just like staff coming up, so like
even some front office people just coming
yeah,
up and
it's like
just talking to him.
it's all love there. And you know and he has love for Philly still. I mean, like he said, he came up through that club, they kind of raised him, it's he has love for it and the fans still and everything. And of course, there's feelings in there and everything, but of course he's going to celebrate his goal there. But people are making it way bigger of a deal than it was.
But I also think now people are realizing, I think you, me, Todd, we've all kind of talked about, like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on. So,
but we had a great interview, and the whole thing, we have it on our website.
and
You can read the article, but yeah, and here's just like from Ale and Jack's Instagram stories. Ale posted them doing Jack's celebration. Jack's like, shaking hands, he's like, this had to be done. Here we go. Also, like some banter with the boys. Yeah,
you're like, okay,
yeah. So it was all in fun, and like he had swapped jerseys with Nate,
yeah, I mean,
and there's pictures of him like hugging old players out there and everything. So, it's all good. But great interview with Jack, and we appreciate him taking the time with us. And
so yeah, thanks, Jack. And then after the match, we went back to pitch 25 to check out. And I want to say shout out to Eric. Eric reached out to us prior to the trip, and we gave him some recommendations. Tried to meet up, met up with him and two other people.
Yep.
That follow the podcast. So I forget your name. The guy told me. Apologize. So if you want to comment, reach out again.
Yeah, it was nice chatting with Union fans. We go in there and it's like, hey, there's Union fans there.
And so we had a nice discussion with them. We were there for about an hour and a half, and then went back to our hotel.
Decided it wasn't worth going to sleep because
so we worked on clips and articles, and then we went to the airport, flew home. And
Spirit, good times. I can't sleep on planes to begin with, but tried
it's
to
a
do
good
stuff.
time.
But it was, yeah, basically I think I did like a 20-minute power nap before, when we got back to the hotel, but whatever. I think I'm still like recovering from the not getting any sleep, but it was worth it. It was a great trip. So,
Anyway, so that was our trip. Um, and hey, look, at the end of the day, you didn't get a point on the road.
yep.
Now that we shift focus to Colorado,
Yep.
Chris Armas, former Red Bull head coach in 2019. Guess who his assistant was?
Bradley Carnell.
So yeah, little that was Bradley's first forte into MLS after he came over from South Africa. So yeah, I mean, good opportunity here. And then also, you know, Colorado defeated the Union last year in Leagues Cup. Zach Steffen had a great PK. So he's back. You got Sam Vines, you got Reggie Cannon, you got uh, your Georgie Mal my God,
Mihailovic.
Mahalovic. I mean, look, this is a team. And even you got Keegan Rosenberry, former Philadelphia Union player.
Lancaster County native.
You got a lot of good players on this team. And they came back, I know Todd talked about it. They came back down 3-0 against Seattle
Yeah.
in Seattle.
Surging right now. So like the Union should
They're
not be
fi-
taking them lightly.
No, this is gonna be a tough match.
They're gonna be missing
fan.
Frankie and missing Nate, so that stinks. Also, Cavan won't be there either. I mean,
Buzz is gonna have to make a name for himself.
Yeah.
Are you ready for some?
yeah, Cavan, by the way, is going to be training with Man City for like 2 weeks. Apparently, he's just going to miss like the Colorado game. I don't know if he'll be back for the friendly, but
But look,
yeah.
we talk about it all the time, and Jim used to talk about it. Bradley's kind of talked about it. You win the games at home.
Yep.
You didn't get 3 points on Saturday, get to 50 points. I mean,
Begin.
we good. Even let's say worst case scenario would be a loss, but I mean, is it really bad even if they get a point? It's not great for poor Shield standings, but I would like to see. I think 3 points is great.
Yeah.
Anything less is disappointing. Having said that, just kind of shut down the stoppage time errors. Like in Red Bulls, they were great.
They need to have some discipline and stoppage time. Close it down. Okay.
So anyway, that's also again, we got 2 matches this week. We got Colorado Union 2.
Yep.
And honestly, after that, we'll probably well,
There'll
actually
be the friendly Eintracht Frankfurt. Pax
I'm at
Berenson will be coming to town.
yeah,
It will be at the friendly.
I will now be at YMCA Nationals, Long Course Championships, so
Go York Y.
I will not be there, but we still, depending with me leaving for Nationals on Monday, we might have a special episode. Jillian might have some special guests. I'm working on it. So we might have an episode of One Team We Agree On with special guests, depending on my availability. But until next time, this has been an all-new episode of One Team We Agree On.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and leave us comments because we love hearing from you. Interact with us on our socials, spread the word. We appreciate it. And yeah, keep saying hi to us if you see us out and about. We really appreciate it. Again, like it means the world to us when you guys come up and say hi and that with us they're enjoying what we do because we enjoy doing this and it means a lot.
It is. Until next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
We'll see you at the game.